Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in this video we are going to make a web application. So basically we have seen many mobile application, we have developed many, so now we are going to deal with web application as well. So I'll make the cryptocurrency app which I made for iOS and Android. Now we will made it for a web, so for this will be a web application. So we will fetch all the cryptocurrencies and we will see which one is rising and everything. So what we are going to use, we will use Vue.js, okay, as our front-end framework, and also on the top of it we will use Nuxt.js. Okay, so if you want to know about Nuxt.js, so here is an introduction. So Nuxt.js is again a framework for creating Universal Vue.js applications. Okay, so if you want your application to be server rendered, then you can use Nuxt. There are many advantages to it, so if you want to know about it, then I can make a separate video on it, but just to focus on how easy it is to make applications using Nuxt, that is why I'm making this video. If you will have a good experience, then I'll also discuss more about Vue.js and Nuxt.js. So let's start by making a project. So make sure you have Vue CLI installed in your system, and then only you can use this Nuxt. So first of all, I'll go to my desktop, then I'll go to my Vue folder, and then here I can enter a command Vue in it. Then I will choose a template which is a Nuxt template. So I'll ask Nuxt community /starter template, and then I'll give my project name, so I can just say crypto app. Okay, and now I will press enter, and now it will fetch the template from the repository. Now it is asking me if I want to change the project name, so I don't want to change it, so it will be crypto app, and no description, author is same. And now it is saying that it has generated that crypto app. So first of all, I have to go to that crypto app, so I can say 3D crypto app. Okay, now I'm into crypto app folder. Let's see what's in there. So there are a lot of folders and files here, so we'll talk about it also. So right now what we need a package manager. So if you are familiar with Node package manager or npm, then you can use that, or you can use Arn, which is again a package manager. So basically I'm not a web developer, but I'm also kind of learning some things about web, so maybe I can make some mistakes. So if you find any, then please do let me know in the comments, or if you feel that the approach is not good or sufficient for you to understand, then also let me know. So I am going to use yarn here, so let's just press yarn and it will install yarn for me for this particular project. Okay, and apart from these, so what we did, we used Nuxt starter template. Now we have installed yarn, okay, which is our package manager, which will add or remove packages for us. So now we need 2 to 3 packages which we will be using. So first thing we will be using is Axios, which is a HTTP library, you can say, or plugin, which we can use to make a server request from server. So we will be using Axios for that. And again for UI we will be using vue-material, which is again a plugin. And for that, for the theming purpose, we will use the SAS loader. Okay, I don't know deeply about these all, but whatever I am learning, I wanted to share with you guys. So we have the yarn installed. Now I'll install, let me just clear it, and now I will install yarn add vue-material. Okay, so I can say vue-material, and it will add this vue-material package for me. And now I want to add Axios. Okay, and now it will add the Axios package for me. Now in the dev dependency, I will use this -dev, and then I will use the Node.js, which is needed for SaaS loader, and this is the third one which we are adding, and the last one which we will add will be the SaaS loader. So let's just wait for few seconds for it to finish, and make sure you have a good internet connection, that also is needed. So we have SaaS now, and now we will use the SaaS loader plugin and we will add it, and yeah, we are done almost. Yes, so now we can open this project. We can say code dot, and it will open this project in my Visual Studio Code, and yes, we are done. So as you can see, let me just a little bit zoom it a little bit. 1 second. What happened? Okay, so as you can see, what we have here is like, okay, what just happened? Okay, so we have an assets folder, and every folder has a readme attached to it so that you can understand what's going on. So asset folder, this contains the uncompiled assets such as Lash, Sass or JavaScript, and this is very fair. And components folder, you can have your custom components here. So by default it has this app logo components. Okay, so if you are not familiar with Vue.js, then probably you should be watching those tutorial videos for Vue.js, otherwise you won't be able to understand. And then we have layouts, which will give you a default layout like base.html, which we used to make for passing that HTML to everywhere. So this is kind of a default layout which we use in case of Vue and in case of Nuxt. Then we have middleware. Suppose you want to authenticate something, or you want to do a server request before the page loads before the page gets loaded, so then you can use this middleware. Then we have node modules, which we don't have the purpose right now to know about it, so let's leave it like this. Then we have pages, which is the most important part, where it will give you the basic you can say your Vue files will be here, and it will support routing as well. So index.vue means that it is the root route in your application, and it has something in it, so let's just leave it. Then we have plugins, where we will talk about our plugins, like we are using vue-material, so that plugin will be added here. Then if you want to add your static files, then there is a static directory as well. And then you have a store for if you are using Vuex, then you can use this Vuex store, which is a folder where you will have all the files related to that store. Okay, so this is just a brief idea what we have. Now let's just run this server and let's see what we get with this. Okay, so let me just do one thing, just zoom it a little bit. Yeah, and I will run yarn dev, or you can run npm run dev. Okay, and it should be start running. Yeah, and now it is running on localhost 3000 port, and you can see we have crypto app, Nuxt.js project, and this is the default template which we get. And now let me just go to this pages/index.vue. okay, so suppose if you want to have something like this is index.vue, that is why it is on the root routing. Suppose if you want to have something called crypto, then in the pages folder you can just create a file, say crypto.vue. okay, view, and inside this crypto.vue we can have a template, let's say, and let's just write in the header h1 crypto app. okay, so now you have another route which will be /crypto. If I will go to /crypto now, then you can see we have our crypto app. So this is how we manage routing here. So that's one thing. And again, this is you don't have to refresh again and again, and you don't have to run again and again. It will be managed by Nuxt, so that's also a good thing. So now let's just go to our index.vue where we have a lot of things. So I'm just going to delete everything so that you can understand what's going on. Okay, and let's delete it. Okay, we are done. Now we will start with the normal template, okay, which is a normal template, and then let's write h1, and then we can just say crypto app for the time being here as well in the index file. And now this is our index, not slash crypto. Let's change this, let's delete this crypto.vue because we don't need it. So yeah, so now we have only index and it is working fine. Now we are seeing crypto app. Now we added few dependencies, so we need to include it in our next config.js. So here first of all, what we need to do, we will go to Nuxt.js, okay, and we will see how to add plugins. Okay, so if you go to this plugin section here, then it will say how to install it and then how to add it. So if you are using Axios, okay, which is an external package, so just for using external package you have to add this vendor property, and in that which takes an array, you can specify which what package you want to provide to this array. So we will make this vendor here, okay, and we will provide Axios here, okay, and because we have the Axios package, okay, just okay. Now we are done with this Axios part. Now we also need to provide a plugin, which is our vue-material plugin. So this is how it is saying that these are some certain ways of doing that. So what we are going to do, first of all, we will add that plugin to this vendor. So that plugin is vue-material, okay. This is the one thing which we need to do. Then we need to have something called plugins here. So we can have plugins, and then we will define the plugins here as well. So we can say our plugin will reside in where we can reside it in the plugins. We have the plugins folder, right, slash we will make vue-material.js. So this is the file which is right now not available, but we will be adding that, okay. So yeah, this is fine. And now yeah, I guess it should be there. It is saying that it is not available and blah blah blah. So if you will see here, you can see this is how we can add the plugins in the module.exports, okay. So in the module.exports we have this plugins now. Now let's go to vue-material and let's see what else we need. So if you are adding it, then you also need this style sheet, which I am going to just add. I'll just copy it and I'll paste it here, okay, and let's just remove this rel link, okay, yeah, and then we can just use this. Is it fine? And we need a comma as well, okay. So now we have this another what we are missing, we are missing something, yeah. So it should be like a column, okay, and this is basically the font, material icon font, which we need. So that is fine, I guess. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. There's nothing else, and we can just remove this thing. Okay, so we have this links now, and now what else we need? We need a CSS as well. So basically we want to specify the theme. So before that we will go to our plugins, and here we will make a vue-material.js, which we just said that we will make it. And here first of all we will import vue from vue, okay. Then we will import vue-material, okay, let's just make it capital Vue, and vue material, okay, and let me just increase the font a little bit. Let's make it 20. Okay, yeah, that is fine. From now we will import it from the vue-material package plugin package. Okay, and now to use it we can say vue.use and we can pass vue-material. Okay, this is fine, it's totally fine. And now if we see here, still we are getting some error? No. So it is compiled successfully and we have added everything, but for theming we have used the Sass loader. If I will refresh it, then it will work. Okay, so for theming we have installed Sass loader, and to work for Sass loader to work we need to add a CSS as well here. So what we can say here, we can say this slash vue-material slash CSS slash vue-material .min.css. Okay, and we will add one more asset which we don't have right now, which is we will be adding assets slash theme dot scss, where we will specify our theme. Okay, so this asset slash theme dot scss, so this theme dot scss file is not with us right now, so we will be needing that. And if we say we have error, and that's because in the assets we will make a file and we can name it theme dot scss. Okay, where we need to import some themes. Okay, so that we can use it. And now what we will do here, we will say @import. Okay, and we need to import the theme. Okay, so what we can say import vue-material slash distributions, and so we call it dist, then theme and slash engine. So first of all we will import the engine, then we will include the theme. So @include, and we can say material default, or we can check it how it is, like we have to go here and we can see if we have configuration. Yeah, so here you can see we have to use this. Okay, so I'm just copying it so that we don't have to waste time. Oh sorry, I was using material, it is MD register. Okay, so this is how you can import the theme and media query accepted. Yeah, so this is fine, we have the theme now. Let me just delete this line, and now it is giving me an error, which is because of probably this so these are some colors which I can specify, and you can see if I want the dark theme, then I can specify theme as well, which is dark or not. So these are some things, and yeah, so we are done, I guess. Yeah, so we have imported the material theme vue-material, and now if I just go back here, it looks good to me. But I guess there is some error here, and let me just try to refresh it if it works or not. And it is still working, although, but we are getting cannot read property close of null. Where we are getting it, I don't know. So maybe this CSS has some kind of problem, I guess. Let me just see if we can fix it. So what we can do, if you stuck somewhere, what you can do, you can go to vue-material, and there is a template folder for it, so you can directly use that template if you want. So we can go to that template, and we can check into the config for how to use that. Okay, so vue-material slash distribution, which we missed, and rather than this we will have dist. and again it is giving me some error, I don't know why. And yeah, we don't need it. Okay, so now it should work. Let me just see what else we need. .min.css, we are fine here. Yeah, and we need, so we forget here as well. It should be fine now. What's causing this issue? Let me just see what else we are doing wrong. I think everything is fine apart from this. Yeah, I feel so. Everything is fine. So okay, what else we are making? Something incorrect is there. Vue-material, everything looks good to me. Let me just try this. This should work. So we are still getting an error. I guess we are getting the error here because of this. So let me just check this as well, and let's just copy this particular line from here. Okay, just to make sure that we are not messing with this. Okay, so we are I guess, okay, we need, I guess the CSS should be above this. Maybe this can be a problem, I don't know. So we have a serious issue here, which I don't know why it is happening, but we have done everything correct, I guess. I don't know why this is happening, but let's see if we forget to add any package, so we can see the packages as well. We have Sass loader, we have vue-material and everything. This is fine. Let's go to plugins and we can check this. This is also fine. And in the assets we can go to theme.scss, and we forget this this thing, I guess. Okay, so we need to use that, but yeah, we are forgetting this one. That's the issue. Oh, that's also not the issue. What's the issue? Oh no. So we are stuck. So let's try using this without thinking about the issues. We have a lot of issues right now, but let's try to run our applications, and yeah, we can use it. Now what we will do, we can just close the server, and let's try to run this again, and let's see if it works. Yeah, it is working, I guess. There's no issue. I am just wondering why I was searching for it. Okay, so this is working fine as of now. Now what we are going to do, we are going to add a component which is a toolbar. Okay, so I can make a new file here, and I can say a toolbar.vue. Okay, this component I'll pick from this vue-material. So here I will search for toolbar. Here we have this toolbar, and we have this primary toolbar. We will see its code. So for primary, this is the code for toolbar. We will just use it. Okay, so we need a template first of all, and here we can use it directly, and that is fine. Okay, now in our default.vue we have this Nuxt, which is giving us our applications, this crypto app. Now above it we can use our this toolbar, but for that we need to import it. So how we can import it? We can use a script here, script, and here we can import toolbar from we have the toolbar in components slash toolbar.vue. Okay, so this is how we can import it. Then we can use it by saying export default. Okay, and then what we can do, we can use the components property, and then we can add this toolbar. Okay, this is, oh, I forgot this. Okay, now we can add this toolbar here, and it will be available for all of our pages, so that's also a good thing. Now you can see we have a toolbar on the top, and that is looking good, isn't it? Okay, and then we have this crypto app, which is, I don't know, and let's also try to, yeah, that is fine, I guess. So we have the toolbar, we know how to use it. Now we can just remove it, I guess, /toolbar, if this works now. Okay, it is fine. So we have the toolbar now, and you can customize it, and as you can see, if you want to customize it, you can do it. And if you want to change the theming, then you can go here, and you can also add something called theme, and theme dark. Will it work? Let's see. Yeah, and you can see we have the dark theme. So this is how you can change the theming and everything. That is why we did that much hard work, I guess, so that it can pay off. Okay. Oh, what's happening? Yeah, that is fine. Okay, so we have the light theme now. Now we need something, so we will go to index.vue. We have just this crypto app, so that we just don't want this crypto app, we want something else. So we can use here script. Okay, and it will say as export default. Here what we can do, we can have something called async data. Okay, so we get this async data, and it is provided by Nuxt.js, and here we can do a request. So we can say return, and for that we need to import first of all the Axios. So we can say Axios from Axios, we can import it, and then we can say return Axios dot get. Okay, and we will fetch this URL, which is I have the URL, so this is the URL. I'll copy it and I'll paste it here. Okay, then we have this dot then property. Okay, dot then. Okay, fine, which will give us the response, and then we can have something called return, and then we can say we want to return some currencies which we will get from this response. So we can say response.data. Okay, so what it is doing, we are saying that we are asking the Axios to make a get request to this URL and get back the currencies in by this response.data. So these currencies, you can name it anything. And now rather than this crypto app, I can just say, using this string interpolation operator, I can pass here the currencies. And now if I will just go here and try to refresh it, then you can see we have data. It is not looking good, that's a different thing, but we have the data. Okay, and it is looking little bit weird because maybe we are not using any div tag here. So what we can do, we can just add here let's say header 3, and in that we can use this currencies. Okay, and now if I will refresh, and it is looking much better than earlier. Okay, we have a lot of data, and this is not actually what we want. Okay, we want to show something which looks cool at least. So first of all, rather than this primary, I should show the app name, which is our crypto app. So I will go to my toolbar and I'll change this from primary to crypto app, and now you can see this is our crypto app. And if you want to change it more, then you can just switch it, and you can see you have a lot of options. Okay, and yeah, this is looking good. So we are here now with this crypto app, and we have a lot of data. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to show this data in the form of cards. Okay, and if I show you this data in a better way, then we have an array of 50 where we have ID, name, symbol, rank, price USD, and there are a lot of variables here. So we will use the name, we will use the price USD, and we will use the percentage change in last 1 hour. Okay, and we will show it in a card. Okay, so for that we will need one more component, which is a card component. So I can just say card dot view. Okay, and here also we will need a template, and now we can pick this template again from this vue-material, which has a lot of variety. So I can go to card, and we have, you can see this is a card with hover effect. This looks good, so I'll just copy this particular card. So we have this card here, so I am just going to copy it. Or I have any other card. Let's just see if we have more cards. Oh, these also looks good. Okay, so if you want to use any of these with the colors and everything, then you can use it, otherwise it's totally your choice. So I am going to use the regular cards, so I'll just pick one with this hover property, and I'll just copy it. Then we will have a div tag, and inside that we can paste it. Let's see what we get. So here, oh, and we need to import this card in our index view. So after this particular thing, we can also say that we want to import, okay, card from slash components slash card dot view. Okay, and now after that we will have another property which is called components, which we earlier used for our toolbar. So here we can say we want to add this card. Okay, and now let's just remove this part and just add this card. Okay, so we can say something called card, and now let's see what we get. Okay, so we have nothing in the card. Okay, I don't know why, but let's see. We have this card, got it from card.view. That is fine, but actually we are not able to see any card. And why is that? Because maybe we need something else. So we will go back to our card plugin, and here we have some styling as well. So we will copy this style, and we can just paste it as well. So we are going to paste it here. Okay, and now if I will go here, I'll refresh it a little bit. Still we are not able to see any card, and maybe we are missing something. Card with hover effect, everything looks good to me. Let's go back to our default one. It has the toolbar, that is fine. Now let's go to our index.view, where we have this components slash card.view. Components, it should be components, not component. And now you can see our card. Okay, so yeah, and its height and width are fixed as of now. So I'll go to my card, I'll just remove this. I don't actually want it, so let's just remove this styling. And now if I will refresh it a little bit, sorry for the noise, then we can see this card is covering the full screen. And we have some actions also which we don't want, so we will just remove this actions part. Okay, and now it is looking good. So we have this card with hover effect. Now what we want to show all the cards with every possible value which we are getting from this API. So what we will do, we will go to our default. Okay, and not default, we will go to our index.view, and here we have everything in the currencies. So what we can do, we will add another div here, okay, and here we will make a loop. So we can use this v4, okay, and we will access the currency in currencies, okay, and it will also need a key. In the key we can pass currency dot, let's say, name, okay, and inside it we can use the card, okay, and now it will display that much cards for me. So you can see I have a lot of cards now, depending on the number of items which I am getting from the API, and it is looking good actually. So now I have to just replace the real data with this hard coded data. So what we can do, we need three properties. So we can go to card and we can use a script here where we can use props. So props is basically to accept some properties. So I want to accept a name here, I want to accept a price USD, okay, I can just check it, and also I want to access something called percent change in 1 hour, okay. So these are all the property. Let me just confirm it as well. So I'll go back here and let me just refresh it. It is working fine, and you can see one is name, another is price USD, which is fine, and percent change 1 hour, which is also fine, okay. So these are the three properties which I will give this card from my index file, okay, and I will replace these as, I can say name here, okay, and here I can say price USD, and in the content I can just say price change in 1 hour, okay. So now if I will just refresh it, we won't get anything because we are not passing any data. So in the index we can now sorry, we can pass here the name, okay, and we can just say currency dot name. If we will just see it, and you can see here we have the data now. Similarly we can pass the price USD, okay, which we can get by currency dot price USD, and okay, sorry, we missed this, and you can see we have the currency as well. And now we need one more property, which is percent change 1 hour, which we can get using currency dot, I'll just copy this line, I don't want to write it again and again. And now if you will refresh it, you can see everything. Now if we just want to give it a little bit padding as well, otherwise it won't look good. So to give it a padding, let me just give it a ID, random ID, okay, let's say cards, and here in this I can make a style, scoped style, where I can say I want this ID to give a margin, let's make it auto, okay, and second I want to give a padding, let's say 20 pix would be fine, yeah. And now if we will see it, let's just refresh it a little bit. Okay, we don't get any padding. Why? What's the ID? Oh, sorry, cards. We are making it IDs. And now you can see we have the padding and everything is looking good to me. Now we want to do few more things. Let's say we want to change the color of this price change. If it is in minus, then let's show something in red, and if it is a positive, then let's show it in a green. Okay, so how we can achieve that? Okay, so how we can achieve that? So what we will do, we will go to our card. Okay, here we have this props. Now let's make another let's use another this computed property, where what we can do, we can have a property, let's say color. Okay, and this color will basically do what? It will check this percentage changed in R, percent change in 1 hour. If it is greater than 0, then it is assigned, suppose, a property ink. Otherwise, oh sorry, we are using here conditional operator. It will assign ink, otherwise it can assign dic, which is increase or decrease. Okay, so if it is greater than 0, that means increase, otherwise it decrease. Now I'll use the style here, and I'll make two classes. One will be ink. Okay, one second. In the ink, our color would be green, and similarly I'll make one more class which will be decrease for .dec, and in that case our color would be red. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. And now in the in this card we can use that class, and basically in the card content we want to use it. So in the card content we can use this class which is color. Okay, color is property which is coming from computed. We get an error. Okay, so basically if you want to use a class, it has been changed, and you just have to give it like this, and it should work now. Yeah, now if we'll just refresh it once, and we are not getting the color yet. Why? So color looks good to me. Percent changed 1 hour, it looks to get good to me as well. Ink is looking good. What actually happened? This is looking good, I guess. Everything is good. This is also good. Dot class is also good. Okay, not dot, it should be colon. That is the mistake. And now you can see we have this red one just for the first one, but and now let's refresh it. Everything is minus. So as you can see, the plus this tether is in positive, so it is now green, and yeah, it is looking good. Okay, and yeah, this is working fine. So Bitcoin is in minus, Ethereum is in minus. And one more thing, one more good thing about this Nuxt and vue-material is that this is very responsive. So let's inspect it on a phone, and you can see in pixel to excel it will look like this, which is kind of a very good experience. And yeah, and if I will go to iPhone X, it will look like this. Do we have any tab also? Yeah, iPad Pro, and it's looking good in any screen. Okay, and you can see the data as well here, what we are getting. We also have this Vue plugin where we have events here. Let's click something and we can see the events. So yeah, that is looking fine to me. Everything is fine. So this is our crypto app which we made using Nuxt. If you enjoyed it, then please like the video, and also let me know in the comments if you want more Vue or Nuxt videos in the future. And also I'll upload this code to the GitHub repository, so you can get that link in the description. And yeah, that's it. So if you are not the subscriber already, then subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care, and have fun with Vue and Nuxt.